Driven broke new ground completely. Driven was 3 presenters, Mike, Jason and me. Jason was replaced with Jason after a few series. And what we did was we took 3 cars and we did a group test, and we put them up against each other, and we had them in different sectors and different genres, putting them through different tests, and nobody else did this at the time. It was a bit like What Car magazine on TV.
And welcome to a new series of Driven.
We've got a very long queue of hopefuls, and we're going to be testing our applicants on drivability,
practicality,
cost of ownership,
and of course, Pen, desirability.
Very important.
The team at Driven, just before I joined, was Mike Brewer, Penny Mallory and Jason Barlow. Jason Barlow was looking like, and he subsequently did go over to Top Gear, so there was a hole there. I screen tested.
Name?
Jason Plato.
Occupation?
Racing driver.
Got a CV, mate?
92 European Formula Renault champion, 96 British Spider champion, 97 third in the British Touring Car Championship. This year works down with Fox.
Whoa. Do you reckon we should give him a go?
We'll give him a go, yeah.
Good.
And we instantly, as a little unit, had the best time of our lives. Instantly clicked. There's that cliched word of chemistry. It all worked.
Can you present?
Yeah. This is Driven.
With presenters Mike Brewer, Penny Mallory and Jason Plato, Driven style and humour posed a serious threat to Top Gear's popularity.
Tonight, the first TV drive of the sensational Lotus Exige.
Items like the car comparisons made Driven a hit. It clearly had its sights set on a young and trendy audience.
Lifestyle is an important marketing buzzword these days, and in Alfa Romeo's case, they're hoping that discerning car buyers with trendy lifestyles will buy a sport wagon. The kind of people that place much less importance on loading ability and place more emphasis on looks.
Driven, it seemed, was fast closing in on Top Gear.
The one thing which really made Driven resonate with the viewer was we just had fun. You know, and it was genuine laughter in the cars, it was genuine banter.
Windows in the A-posts.
Yeah, you can see a lot with those.
None of it was scripted in as far as, you know, we knew what the tests were and we knew how we needed to conduct the test, but everything was off the cuff.
Here we go. Hold on, boys.
Go on,
hey!
I'm going to be late to school if you don't get me there on time.
Come on, little girl.
Come on.
Oh, absolutely. Bags and bags of space.
We broke the rules and we produced something that people would stop me and say, I hate car programs, I'm not interested, but I always watch Driven, and people were constantly saying that. So it was I suppose what people would say about Top Gear now, it became an entertainment show because it was funny. It didn't matter if you didn't know about cars or weren't even interested about cars. If your boyfriend was watching it, you really didn't mind watching it with him because it would make you laugh.
Yeah, baby. There's something for you, baby. Such a good girl. And there's something for you for looking after daddy. Now go get yourself something nice to wear tonight. And I bet you cats want to know the secret of my success. Well, it's easy. And I'm going to show you how you can cut your fuel bills in half.
We'd do real life tests, and these tests would change depending on whether we were testing a Ferrari or a hatchback. But nevertheless, you know, if it was a Ferrari, it would score on desirability and its drivability, but obviously would score down on its practicality.
Now it's decision time in the Driven 100. Marks out of 25 for drivability, desirability, practicality and cost of ownership. There's 100 points up for grabs.
Throughout the series, we had a running total, and the winner was awarded a prize, you know, that won the Driven 100.
So who takes the Driven 100 title this week?
Given the choice between 3 cars that do pretty much the same thing, we'd rather go for the car that looks good rather than the car that costs half as much. The very desirable Audi A2 may be this week's group test winner, but we have to say we were very surprised and impressed by the little Aguila.
We rewrote the car show book, and ever since people have been tearing pages out of that manual, which we can only take as flattery, really, you know. If you want to copy it, then that's because it was so good.
While Driven briefly flourished, Top Gear, after 21 years in pole position, found its place on the starting grid less assured. Jeremy Clarkson left the show in 1999 to pursue solo projects. In a bid to broaden its appeal, racing driver Vicky Butler-Henderson was introduced.
Ever since I was a tiny tomboy, I've loved to play with my toys in the mud. Well, most of them anyway. See you later, Ted. Top Gear were looking for a girl who could drive. They asked me to go for a screen test, which I did. I had no idea about TV. All I knew was how to write about cars and road test them and race them. That's all I did. I got given the job. So the first item I did for Top Gear was to go and race at Brands Hatch, which was great because it was racing. It's something that I'd been doing since I was 12, so that was good territory.
I'm as nervous as I am excited, which I think can't be too bad.
The one thing that I found quite odd was having to talk whilst racing in the car because I had onboard cameras on.
Come on, Vic, come on, babe, go, go! Yes, he's on the grass. OK, we've done him. Come on!
OK, time to go, go, go!
No motor show in history had ever done this.
Pulling away.
But despite the team's best efforts, in 2001 the BBC announced that Top Gear would come off air for a full service and overhaul. While Top Gear was being remodelled, Channel 5 were hard at work on their car show.